It's true. It's absolutely true. My greatest gain was my greatest loss. It's true. My greatest gain is my greatest loss. A friend of mine told me that over the course of 4 or 5 months, they had lost 20 pounds. He said, "Whoa, how did you do that?" It turns out by subscribing to an app, you can get a membership for a year that will teach you how to eat healthy. A lesson every day for 10 or 15 minutes. Plug in your meals, count your calories, carry it with you, and you get your steps in. Record how much water you drink. It is an inventory of your behavior, and it works. So after weeks and weeks and a couple months, I get on the bathroom scales and I'm looking down. Oh my gosh, I've lost 10 pounds. I feel great. I've never felt this good in years. So I'm motivated. I'm going to stay with the program. I'm going to stick with it. Oh, there are those days where you actually weigh and you gained a few pounds, then you lose it. You have setback. But more weeks and months roll by, and one day, standing on the scales, 27 pounds. Oh boy, this is working. They don't tell you this. Now, they celebrate the good news. You shed all those pounds, but the problem is your clothes don't fit. And here's the deal. I don't want to go out and buy new clothes because that puts me at risk. It means that if I get new clothes, I'm going to worry that I'm going to put on some few pounds and get really nervous and frustrated that I'm wearing tight clothes again. And then I feel like that means I'm not going to lose any more weight. And I don't like that either. So I keep wearing my old clothes. And that means you've got to get that belt, and instead of putting holes in a certain end, you're putting them in at the other end. But the problem is that you do not lose weight by the inch. And so when you put the belt on, even with the new holes, it's either too light or too tight. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, why don't you get one of those stretch belts? Well, I had a couple of stretch belts, and they work out. They're a possibility. But the thing with a stretch belt is that when you put the stretch belt on, you got to put it on side saddle with a buckle over here, so that when you bring that 57 inches all the way around to the front, you can put it in the front where you can see the end of it, and you put that giant paper clip on it. And if you want it really secure, you've got to put several paper clips on the back, which probably doesn't look too good out in the public. But the point is, you do have to be fast when you head to the public restroom with all those paper clips. Now it doesn't seem like a really good solution to wearing old clothes. And one day, getting ready to go work out in the backyard, I put on my cargo shorts. Cargo shorts with 8 pockets, so you can put your tools in it, the smaller tools. And that belt is too tight. And the belt is so tight, it reveals an interesting phenomenon that these shorts are just bunching up something terrible. They're bunching up on its ends, and then you try to spread it around, and it just looks wrinkled all over the place. You try to put it in the back, and you can't sit down in anything because it's a wad. So what are you going to do? And as I tried to distribute it and looked at it, I looked in the mirror, and I said, it looks like I'm wearing my living room drapes. This is not a slimming look. So I decide there's got to be another solution. And out of the blue, suspenders. That plaid brown coat from way back when that got too snug that I gave away, I kept the suspenders. So I attached the suspenders on all four corners of the cargo shorts. And those cargo shorts just floated in the air. I mean, it was so comfortable. It wasn't tight, wasn't too loose because it was secure on all four corners. I was in a groove. I got my bucket of tools. I grabbed some empty sacks and I headed to the backyard to cut out dead branches down low under 2 pine trees. And I carried my foam knee pad and I went down under that first tree. And I got under it on a knee pad, all fours, and I'm sawing away, and I take the clippers and I cut off some dead twigs, and I'm stuffing them in the sack. And I can feel the sun beating down, but I put a shirt on top of those suspenders. I didn't want to get a sunburn. And as I'm doing that, I'm getting toward the end, and I realize that those cargo shorts are feeling kind of low in the saddle. I mean, you're talking really low in the saddle to the point that I worried that if a neighbor came out on their patio or their deck and they're looking down, they're saying, my God, why has he hired a plumber to trim those pine trees? He hired a plumber? Really? So I backed out of that pine tree and went to the second one. And as I gingerly crawled in, being careful, I started sawing, clipping. I was working fast. I felt time is of the essence. Tide turns for no man. And then I realized that my shirt felt like saran wrap clinging to my body. My shirt was one with my body. It was soaked with perspiration. It was soaked with sweat. And I thought, those suspenders are really soaking it up like a sponge. That's not good. Because I could tell those cargo shorts was kind of like the setting sun in the west. So I scooted out of there, put my tools in the bucket. I stuffed more branches in those 2 bags, and I grabbed the 2 bags. I grabbed that bucket, and I slowly turned toward the house. And I'm going up the side yard. And as I'm going up the side yard, I can tell, I can feel it. Those shorts are going up and down, up and down. Not a little bit. They're going up and down, up and down. And I'm thinking, my hands are full. I've just got to keep walking. Oh, they're going up and down. And I get to the top, and I'm in the front yard, and I just got to make it to the garage. That's all. And as I start to turn and go to the garage, I see out of the corner of my eye a car approaching the T intersection. That means the car is coming and stopping at the stop sign. But the street runs this way, so they turn left or right. She's turning right. If she went straight, she would be ringing my front doorbell. So she is stopped. And the car's not moving. And I know the reason the car's not moving is because she sees this retiree with a bucket of tools in one hand, sacks in the other, holding them out front, gingerly going across his front yard, and she's looking out the window. I know what she's thinking. She's thinking, How is he doing that? There's no belt. How is he doing that? I don't get it. How is he doing that? Oh my gosh. He's got red underwear. My gosh. That's tartan plaid. That's Scottish. That's Stewart clan tartan plaid. Oh my gosh. Those are boxer shorts. Whatever you do, I just said, check whatever you do, watch out. Your greatest gain may be your greatest loss.